Yeah,
And
thanks for having me. I
we have a lot
appreciate
of different communities that come together. That's not
it.
just involved in VeVe. We're also involved in Earth 2.
Oh, cool.
We're also involved in Elmont X and London Police and some other communities as well. Eon Rift and Infinity Rising, some gaming communities. So we're just like all over the place. But we
Nice.
bring it. But all these guys come together into one area and they get to hang out together.
We get to nerd out.
Dude, this is also my first stream of the year. That's how busy I've been. Usually I'm on streams like every week. So this is the first one. It's
that's
insane.
great. I'm on
Yeah.
it.
So I think a better way to talk about the art is if you guys want to just visit comicartfans.com and then I can show you what this whole like original art world's all about. I don't know if you guys watch this channel called Swaggle Hoss with Mickey Finnegan.
It's called Comic Art Fan.
Comic Art Fans with an S. But Mickey is someone that came from the comic book market, and I've always pushed him to look into art. And over the course of the last few years, he's definitely been collecting a lot more art. But I love introducing art to everyone because we're all collectors and we're always looking for what's rare and what's hard to find. And what I love about original art, and it's just they're just one of ones. So
he's
really
on VeVe, right? I believe.
Yeah, in fact, a little preview for whoever's tuning in tonight. There might or might not be some original art pieces coming on VeVe very soon as well from the 24/7 comics catalog.
Oh, that'd be great.
Nice.
All right, so I know the site's a little throwback. It's definitely more like a kind of a 90s vibe, but go to galleries, click on galleries.
Okay.
Yep. And then go to new comic art. And then I just posted mine not too long ago. And so if you scroll down, right there in the middle, Action Comics. Click on that. Action Comics, just click on that, and then it should bring you to the page.
Okay.
There you go. Action Comics 598. This is also the first appearance of Checkmate. And so, yeah, what's cool about this site is, I'll put a scan of it up. And then on the bottom, you scroll down, I'll write a little bit of a, detail as to like how I got it, what happened. I'll actually pull the page so you guys can.
That's super cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
What year is that?
1988.
1988.
The page itself is 38 years old. And so let me pull it up. Actually, did I even have it here? I might not have it here. So that one might have gone into the safe. Yeah, I think it did. But I'll show you some other cool ones.
It looks amazing.
You guys, old enough to have had Wizard magazines?
I don't know that I ever did. I'm
old enough, yeah.
I'm old enough, but I just don't know if I have.
But I'm very proud of this because you guys know Evermind. So Sean Chen, he drew a cover for Wizard magazine.
That's awesome.
When he was doing his run on Iron Man.
That's cool.
So somehow
it sounds really familiar. I mean,
Wizard. I mean, I've heard Wizard of the Coast, obviously.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Here's a page I got recently as well from Rob Liefeld. It's the run on Alan Moore and him with Shaft.
Wow,
that's awesome. I love Alan Moore.
Oh my god, that's why I wanted these pages because they're actually from a run that Alan Moore wrote on his Youngblood book, which I think to me the story is just as important.
Yeah.
Are those one of ones, or are those like a limited run? Or
no, these are all one of one. The original art that basically was used to make the comics. And
very cool.
First Gwen Stacy, a page from Edge of the Spider-Verse.
Oh, that's sick.
Just pick this one up. And then sometimes you don't need published pages to enjoy art. Sometimes you just have a badass artist like this guy. His name is Sean Connery, but
what?
Look at this kick-ass freaking Wolverine.
That's crazy.
So this is what they call a a commission pinup, and he posted it on his Instagram, and I was like, oh shit, I need to get it.
You're like, I gotta have that.
Yeah.
That is
Well,
amazing.
Weapon X is my jam, and then I'm sorry guys, I haven't shown off my art for a while, so
No, this is great.
Go for it. We love
We
it.
love this.
Yeah.
So this is not kosher. It's kind of crazy, but have you guys heard of the comic book by Garth Ennis called Crossed?
Frost? Yeah.
No.
Crossed.
Cross. No.
So it's a pandemic comic book series that was banned in many countries. But Garth, he's the writer of The Boys as well as Preacher. Two of the shows that were pretty
pretty graphic.
On pretty graphic, right? That's kind of his brand.
Yep.
And so Crossed is one of the early comic book series that he wrote that then after he kind of designed this world, which is basically a world where everyone gets these rashes across their face when they catch the virus, and they become the worst version of themselves.
Wow.
And so people just become sadistic and start going crazy and doing crazy shit. And that's the movie we just shot in May. And
really?
That's kind of interesting timing.
Yeah, it is. It's the way I like to put it, it's almost like everything you see on Instagram, but in real life. Yes, number one.
And I'll add X, right? X the same.
Wow.
So it's
that's awesome.
It's pencil, so it's kind of hard to see what's happening.
Yeah.
But just the girls drew it, and it was cool. When this came on, I had to grab it.
Wow,
so that's a little sample. Cool. The kind of bigger stuff is not out right now because they're finally put up somewhere. But if you want to look at comic art fans, I can show you my collection.
Yeah, let's
go do that.
Yeah. I know this isn't about physical art show, but if you scroll down and you look at my name on the gallery, scroll down.
Mm-hmm.
We're kind of about everything.
You see the Carl Choi right there? Just click on my name right there.
Okay.
Yeah. So here is kind of like my main, gallery pieces. So I'm a huge fan of Jim Lee, Psylocke. So I don't know if you guys are old enough, but there was a moment in X-Men #8 where Cyclops like stuttering and saw a sight, and then Archer and Armstrong is from Valiant Comics. Azrael is one of my favorite guys in the Batman universe. And then Valiant Comics. I don't know if you guys read Longshot before. There's a page from Longshot and Art Adams. Let's see. Scroll down. See who else you guys might recognize.
Oh, hold on, it's freezing up. There we go. Okay, we got Uncanny X-Men.
X-Men 176 by John Romita Jr. We got Machine Man. Barry Windsor-Smith's one of my favorite artists of all time. Travis Charest was also a very fan favorite artist. Is where part of Nightfall when Batman's back get broken and Riddler gets pumped up by Bane and he gets super buff and fights Batman.
Nice.
So you guys saw the Action Comics.
That one, yep.
You just scroll back over. Conan, yep. Conan versus Rune was another Barry Windsor-Smith piece. And then this left one is
look at that one.
Black and Blood by Daniel Warren Johnson. What's cool about this is I actually have the whole story. So you click on Deadpool, Black, White, and Blood. You just click on.
You want me to click on it?
Yeah, click on it. It should take you to kind of like the main gallery, and then you could go down and click next, right there, next page.
Next item.
Yep, next item.
Yeah.
And I basically have the whole story, so you could see all the pages that was
physically in
the story. Yeah.
Wow. Is that your
in my house? I would pull my portfolio. I'm like, hey guys, check this out, and you'll flip through the story. So you could click next again and see see the page. So I like collecting full issues. That's kind of my jam. I've scaled back.
How many of those do you have?
What's that?
How many of those do you have of full issues?
Full issue art. I used to have 30 plus, maybe almost 40 full issues.
Wow,
that's nuts.
Really.
But I've kind of shaved down because after a while over the last I've been collecting since 2017 was my first piece. It's almost 10 years, and to be honest with you, the prices are getting out of control, and so I've been having to trade stuff. So I'll sell art to buy art. And that's how most collectors do it these days, where you just don't want, you don't have so much cash, right? So you sell.
Right, because it gets all tied up.
Exactly. You basically, you trade up, right? And so that's what I've been lucky enough to do is take some of the pieces that appreciate over time and hold them and then pay for new art.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I
I
can't
didn't even know
wait.
that was a thing. I
I
mean,
can't wait for trading on VeVe. I plan to do a lot of trading with
Yeah,
and
I'm surprised they haven't gone there yet. I think it should be, you know, with the whole collector's chain, it should be happening soon, right?
Yeah, exactly. Everybody's looking forward to a lot of the things that Collect Chain's going to bring.
I'm excited.
yeah, I think it's going to open up a lot of paths for them for sure.
Yeah.
And
So-
actually, I recently purchased part of VeVe. I bought out Ben Rose's shares.
Wow, congrats!
Yeah, that was.
I didn't know that was possible.
I know. Neither did I. It happened in November,
Okay.
and I found the opportunity, and then by the time it went through, it was about a month and a half ago or a month ago.
Wow.
So I was able to announce it finally. I was like waiting for the lawyers to submit it after the holidays. Yeah, so it was pretty exciting.
Chomping at the bit.
Yeah, so
Congratulations.
I'm minority holder, but I got my own little piece of the pie.
That's awesome. How does that work? Is that like something you guys? Is it public? Is it something that's like a very kind of?
So you know Randy Chavez, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So Randy is friends with Ben, and Ben was reaching out to Randy to see if he was interested in buying his shares. At the time, Randy didn't have the funds, and he brought it up to me in conversation when we were in a meeting, and I was like, wow, that's an opportunity right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would love to make that happen. And so he kind of pulled the strings and he facilitated the deal. So,
nice.
And obviously David had to approve it. So David approved it. And then Ben just needed the funds to, I think it was, for life things, and it worked out for everybody.
Understandable. That's great. I mean,
yeah.
Wish Ben luck. Is Ben still with the company, or has he moved on?
He moved on a while ago. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So great guy though. But,
yeah.
And I didn't take on his role or anything. I just watched. So I'm just
keep it high level.
I'm just,
so tell me about the stream, guys. Tell me more. Like what are we talking about today? Like, I want to learn more about the highlights of the year. We don't have to stay on this, comic art fan thing, but
I'm having fun with
it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we keep it real conversational, real light. We're getting feedback on what people like about that, and it's really the just two people talking about what they love and what they collect and what they follow. And me and Bill just happen to do a lot of the same things in that regard, so it kind of fit.
Nice.
And we talk about everything you can think of, from comics to video games to collecting to physicals to digital to even acting. We're going to have actress Fanny Carbonell supposed to come on pretty soon too. And then we got a publisher and a comic writer. So we also had Vincent Zerzola of Addiction Comics.
Nice. Yeah, Vince, of course.
Auction House too
Great
as
guy.
well.
Yeah.
Great guy. He did a little meeting with me about a week ago. We were talking about some different things, and he gave me some of his time, some advice on some different business ideas I had, and he's a great guy. Great guy. Yeah. So we talk about everything. We're just here we want to meet new people and learn new things.
Yeah. Are you into slabs of cards at all? One Piece, Pokemon, anything like that?
I used to be into slab vintage Magic cards. I have quite a collection. I mean, it's still a lot of cards. I probably have 10,000. So I probably have about just behind me in the closet and below me, at least 60,000 cards.
Wow.
Magic Gathering, and I also have sealed product. I probably have. Gosh, I probably at least 200 collector boosters downstairs somewhere. Like this, it's crazy. I just have a lot of crap, and I sold the majority of it though. I sold a lot of it because I ended up moving a lot of that money into original art,
Mhm.
That money into other things like business. For example, like 24/7 comics. A lot of that I put money into myself because it's a very long term thing, and so sometimes as a miniature publisher, we're also trying to figure out what the business model is, and certain years we make enough to pay the bill, certain years not, and so I definitely have to subsidize for that. What's up, bro? And Mr. J Mill. And so yeah, definitely move things around, and that's kind of like the blessings of collectibles. That as long as you're smart about what you're picking up, there's always liquidity. I think that's the best
Absolutely.
part of what we're in.
Yeah. See, it seems like you're very multimedia. Which one do you prefer to delve into?
I would say it. I would say majority now has been original art. So like if you go to snikt.com, SNIKT,
SNIKT.
like Wolverine. Yeah.
Okay.
So what's different with this site here? These are also friends. They have curated kind of some of the best art. So if you were to just click discover, and
let me go back. Okay, discover now.
Yep. And then you could kind of see the latest, and you'll probably recognize a lot of the stuff that goes on here. So I just upload mine as well here. But then let's see. I think there's I should click on resources up top. And there's all kinds of resources. I'm trying to find their top 10. I should go home again. Sorry.
That's fine.
Scroll down.
Calendar. Top 10 trending.
Top 10 trending. Look at the top 10 trending. So click on that. And typically they're pretty big pieces. And so, for example, ASM 300, you recognize that.
Yeah, right? That's a very big piece, right?
Yeah, because if you look at my stuff, like they're pretty niche. Like the stuff that I love, people recognize old action comic, but this site has done a really good job of curating, some of the big boys pieces, and stuff like this won't go cheap if it ever comes on sale, right? There's my Night number 5. There's it keeps going down. Let's see if anything else comes up. Like James O'Barr, the Crow,
Callahan.
Yeah.
Okay. James
now,
O'Barr.
do you collect on VeVe at all? I know you're on VeVe, but do you actually collect?
I don't think I am like a typical VeVe collector. I'll buy stuff like that we publish, and then sometimes some of the stuff that we like. But I think for me, the NFT stuff, I didn't really dive too deep into collecting because I was in the business of it. And so when you're in the business of it, at least at one point, it was kind of weird for me to buy in too much, and so I didn't. But I think when stuff comes out, it's funny, on VeVe, the stuff I do buy are like the Oswald the Lucky Rabbit stuff from Disney, the Batman statues. So I do feel like the collectible side is what I like best.
You like buying stuff that you love.
Yeah, exactly. More stuff that I love. So
we have a lot of one-of-ones. That's why I kind of was leaning towards that, because it's kind of a similar but offset world, right?
Yeah. So I haven't yet, but as we start studying the one-on-one market more, I probably will. But for the most part, most of my one-of-one resources goes into original art, because there's so many variations of original art that makes it super fun. That it's always like this hunt too, because like physical thing, you have to go to convention, you have to know somebody who has something, and so just purely based on that alone, it just makes it so fun to collect original art.
When I got into VeVe, it drew me closer to art. Like I never really appreciated it, and it like opened up a whole world inside me that I didn't realize that I enjoyed art, and so now I find myself buying different pieces and finding interest in things that others don't really find interest in. It's kind of interesting, but like my wife is like, I don't like that art. Why are you buying that art? I'm like, I love this art. It's really cool. What do you mean?
All the time. My wife is like, that's so ugly. That stays in your room.
Yes. And so what I've been buying lately is I don't know if you've heard of Elmon X.
No, what is that?
Elmon X is a digital. It's like VeVe. They're on VeVe as well, but they offer digital art of original like masterpieces like Mona Lisa.
What?
So
All
they
fully licensed and everything.
yeah, they partner with Bridgman Bridgman Images, and they're like exclusive to the museums. No one else has the license, and they're able to scan the Da Vinci artwork and offer it for sale as a digital NFT.
Which,
and I'm like,
yeah,
I can own a Da Vinci in digital form. That's insane. You
That's
know,
cool.
fully numbered and limited, and
yeah.
the
So
highest
I've been
quality.
buying. I bought The Last Supper. I
Nice.
bought
Sick.
Mona Lisa, the Vitruvian Man, his chalk one where he did of the old man. I don't like a ton of Da Vinci stuff, but like some of those, I was like, I gotta have these,
Wow.
Yeah, and so I'd buy like 2 of each, except for the Mona Lisa because that one was pretty expensive. But and then later I'll just sell one and just always keep one, or maybe I'll just keep both, or just hand them down to my kids. I don't know.
Yeah, that's always the rule, right? Buy 2. That's the NFT buying rule. Keep one, sell one. Yeah.
So I find myself enjoying modern art more than I do like the classical Renaissance art.
Sure.
I don't know if you've heard of the London Police, but like I like their work. And then obviously I had to go with the kaiju.
Nice.
Picked that up of Bart Simpson. But I'm really into graffiti artwork too. Let's see.
Nice.
So I don't know if you ever heard of Create.
But I haven't. Pretty cool.
Yeah, he's a famous graffiti artist.
Nice.
So I find myself drawn to that stuff. So that's what I've been kind of collecting, and comics too, though. I got to show you one. Let me geek out a little bit here.
Yeah. Well, so I guess VeVe Zombie, you're a Spider-Man fan.
Love Spider-Man. I love all collectibles on VeVe. Have the Todd, low mint Todd. I got the Secret Rare Spider-Man sub 100. I for VeVe, it really awakened my collecting again from when I was a child, and I just instantly got it, and I started collecting low mints and purchasing pieces that I really love, and I haven't turned back. I have a pretty big collection when it comes to VeVe. Not obviously whale status, but I'm not in the guppy pond though.
Yeah, I got this one. Let's see if there's no glare. That is the. It's probably not good. There we go.
A little hard to see, but
yeah, the glare. Yeah. So it's the Last Ronin Aaron Bartling.
Sick.
Yeah.
Beautiful piece.
One of my favorite pieces. Wow.
Congrats, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love that one. And I got a Transformers.
Nice.
But it's got a cool sketch from Bill. See the Optimus Prime there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm in a little bit of comics too. And then I had to grab a Gwen, of course.
Of course.
Yeah. Of course, when I bought her, she was a little bit more expensive than she is now, but I don't care. It was whatever.
All good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. So, that book in itself, when the opportunity came up to have a page from that book, I had to go for it because, it's just like the original piece that was produced from that page. It's just there's a lot. It just feels cool to see it in person.
There's a lot of history with that piece.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's really cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, that back to stage. So this
is the other way. If you like modern art, check out Rare Mark. So Rare, RARE, Mark, MARQ.
Okay, hold on. Say it again.
Rare Mark. So rare as in rarity, and then Mark, MARQ, like remark.com. Yes. We're on an art adventure today.
Yes, we are.
So you like modern art. This is a really cool place for modern art. You look at Frank Cho, Art Germ, a lot of those big, names that's been killing it in the variant art marketplace sell their art here. So browse artists or maybe click like popular auctions. That's a good one just to see what's being
Partner
sold.
auctions, you said?
Partner auctions. Let's try that. Let's see what they got. Scroll down and see what art's for what. So there's a lot of people putting their art up. Looks
Amazing
like
Spider-Man 23.
So you being such a big collector, and I'm sure you've been
Twilight
to
Zone.
many Comic-Cons in your time, how is it being on the other side where you have something to show people and interact with artists with your work?
super fun. I mean, it's a hard job. It's actually, I always ask people to give artists and publishers some grace because it's easy and fun to walk around. Yeah, just explore the site, look around, because I feel like, Bill, if you like modern art, there's a place that you'll probably find something you like. But to answer your question, Zombie, it's really, it's a lot of work. It's really out of love because you're standing there all day and you talk to a million people. But when you talk to people, you end up finding yourself refining your pitch of exactly what you're doing there. Because sometimes you do scratch your head and like, what am I doing here, right? The idea at the end of the day for me is going to bat for all the creators that's created alongside our team. And so for me is really highlighting whatever books is coming out at the time, whoever creator is coming to work with us and what we're doing, and then really just learning too. It's a two-way conversation, right? So kind of hearing out what fans are looking for, what they want to see in the publisher, and then a lot of times, like some of the conversation informs who we become. So, for example, there's a lot of folks that come and they may not have space for a lot of comics, but then they would say, hey, like, do you have anything small I could buy to support? And we're like, oh, actually we have these pins, but I'm not going to charge you for it. These are promo. And so one fan one time came over and was like, hey, I collect cards. Do you have cards of your characters? And I was like, oh, not really, because I'm not in the card business, but it planted a seed in my mind. And so for our first Kickstarter, or our second Kickstarter, Zero Ghosts, which is Justin Jordan and Brian Ching, we decided to launch these character metal cards. And they're basically collectible cards, kind of like how we do cards, but they're metal, because I wanted something more collectible and more interesting. And then ever since then, we've basically launched character cards for every single one of our books. And so
where can somebody pick that up?
You go to 247comics.com, and there is a set for each of the books. And then for me, it's a great way to kind of build a shared world where these titles all live, but keep them unique in their own right, because the statistics, I leave it up to the creators to decide what statistics they want to talk about. And then each of these characters, you could read about their story behind the cards as well. So
very cool.
Yeah, check out 247comics.com, and there's all kinds of trinkets and collectibles that we've created, heavily inspired by convention goers. That's a fun sketch, right?
Wow, that's dope.
Hugh Jackman.
Magic has a lot of things as well. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
I just started reading. Well, I just finished one of the books of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing.
Nice.
So good.
Yeah, Alan Moore is a beast.
I love that Joker.
Well, what got me into it was COVID. And that storyline with V for Vendetta was like almost dead on with that.
I
was like, you got this virus, the government, they're taking control of people's rights. And it was like, it was right on par. So that was my first comic book set, was the entire series of V for Vendetta. And I went and got them all slabbed, and I went through the process of learning how to do that. And it was just fun to go down the journey and find something that you're really into, and then wait for the what rating am I going to get. Unfortunately, one of them had like a 6.5. Like I didn't know any better at the time. I'm like, well, I probably should have picked a better comic book, but I was having 10 graded, and I think my best one was like a 9 something, but I did it for the show. And then I put it in my office and I put all 10 of them on the wall during COVID. And I'm like, this is my art display. V for Vendetta.
Nice.
Yeah. So Alan Moore's, he's awesome.
Yeah, he rocks. I mean, have you guys looked into slabs by PSA?
To get a slab from PSA?
Yeah, because PSA Comics, my goodness, like if you like slabbing your books, PSA really feels like archival. Like when you hold those slabs, I mean, they did a test where if you slam like a CGC slab versus a PSA slab, if you slam it hard enough, the CGC will pretty much, start breaking and shattering.
Yeah.
The PSA is literally like a freaking tank, man.
Really?
You're not going to be able to pop it open with a bottle opener, huh?
No way. You can't pop it open. It's super clear. It's UV protection 99%. So you can So
I need to have them start done by PSA.
My goodness. I do all my slabs on PSA now. It's
really? I didn't even know they did comics.
Yeah, did they just start that?
They just started. So
go
to their booth at the next Comic-Con and you'll see. And just the way they're set up as well, I'm a big fan because I think they've kind of taken on like the Apple status versus where I feel like CGC is like the established Microsoft, right? They're not going anywhere, but they're at the end of the day, like they're the establishment. But I really like the PSA team because they're just very innovative, very collaborative, doing things a little differently, and their quality of their slabs are just ridiculous. But the problem is they're very high quality, but also very heavy. They're like literally like a few pounds each. They're like literally like
quality. It sounds like
you can knock someone out with a PSA slab for sure.
Well, what are your thoughts on One Piece?
I'm a little distant from One Piece. I never really got into it. So I knew you'd find stuff you like, Bill. This is a great site. One Piece is great. I'm a big fan of the live action show. Did season 2 start already? I think so, right?
Yeah. Season 2 started.
Oh my god, I need to jump in on that. So I've been waiting for that.
Have you been paying attention to the cards at all?
Oh no, it's actually season 2 actually comes out on March 10th. So I'm a week away. So,
really?
Yeah, almost there. The trailer came out, but the live action, and then the anime I couldn't get into it, to be honest. And then the trading cards I didn't buy into it because my business partner who owns a LGS. So I used to own an LGS with my business partner in Denver. He got super into it.
That's where I'm from. Yeah.
Yeah. So he his store now has a really strong player base for One Piece, but I am very aware of how hardcore the fan base is currently.
Yeah, I think David. I think David just picked up a sealed first edition. I forget what their label is as first. It's something specific, but he just got a sealed box of One Piece. Yeah.
I heard it's impossible to get. They did a good job of creating the rarity, and they said the player base is super loyal and really
that's cool.
Excited about it all. And so
Megatron.
Nice.
That's dope.
That's a nice Megatron. Not for sale though. Someone just posted just to show. Wow.
Just flexing.
Yeah, flexing. Because Rare Mark's usually for sale. So I didn't know that
there's a couple on here like this one too, this Batman.
Wow. Nice. Not for sale.
That's cool.
I mean, if you all go like the comic art fans, you can see some really cool stuff on there too. Like, the guy who owns Absolute Batman #1 original art is on there. Sonic the Hedgehog. That's kind of cool.
Sonic? Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. So it's endless. I mean, there's so many art sites. It's pretty crazy. You could go all day and just find endless original art. And that's why I love. It's like the whole one-on-one factor. Like this is Magic the Gathering did a crossover of Captain America or Marvel. And this Captain America piece was the very first art piece premiered by Marvel and Magic the Gathering.
No way. That's dope. Yeah. Did you get that Lord of the Rings box or whatever?
The crossover? Yeah, I actually had a lot of them. and I sold them all too soon.
Oh no.
Because when they first came out, they were like, I don't know, collector boxes are like $350 to $400.
Yeah.
And so they came out, they took a dump down to like 300 or something like that. Oh no, they went to like 600, took a dump down to 300, and then I bought a bunch of them. And then what happened was I was like, oh, it went back to the 450. I'm gonna start flipping. So I sold most of it. And then now those boxes are like $2,500 a box.
Oh,
My dumbass just sold two.
That happens to me every time. Every time.
All the time. You just never know. And I think that's what kind of also keeps us coming back sometimes too. But the thing is with Magic the Gathering, you kind of have to take your time and slowly alleviate your position, because you just never know. Because there are some boxes where I held too long, like Commander Legends was one of the boxes that went up to like $1,500, and then I had like 60 of them, and I just held on thinking they're gonna keep going, and they all went back down to like 600 or something like that. Dude, I'm not complaining, because I did pretty well, because I got in on them at like 200 each, right? And so I did okay, but I wish I sold.
It's like crypto, we're always just thinking it's going to keep going and going and going. It's like, I should have sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Every time.
Are you familiar with that that NFT AI studio movie project that just got released on VeVe? The with the head, the girl's face. What is that, Bill? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I was just looking at it. Let me see. Yeah, they hold on. I think it was a project that was done by someone who was a collector on VeVe. Following. Yeah, they were at the top of their follow list. I think they were at least.
Speaking of like AI anime, I mean, if you guys haven't checked this out, check out, I just put in the chat, Psyop Anime.
David Hughes.
Psyop Anime on Twitter and on YouTube, they're freaking killing it right now. Psyop Anime.
It was called NFT Cursed Images.
Okay, interesting. What are they doing?
They have a movie.
Interesting. So they're selling a movie on VeVe?
They're selling NFTs. Not yet, but they're selling NFTs connected to the movie, and I don't think it's released yet, but it should be coming out pretty soon, right? It looks pretty cool. It's always interesting, all these platforms and all these different, creative ideas coming together and merging into, just art, basically, coming on VeVe with NFTs. It's going on, with movies, it's just, it's such a good time to be a creator.
Yeah. I think so. There's more ways to distribute your content than ever. It's just really, it is really if you take advantage of it or not, because a lot of folks like to create, but they don't take the time to show themselves, which I think a lot of artists should not ever feel shameful of. And because, if they don't show themselves, we'll never know, right? And so if you look at like the biggest artists in the world, like Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, Rob Liefeld, they're out there all the time shilling. And that's, to me, the reason they're so big. And so if there are creators, on this stream today and watching, I always encourage you to show yourself or find someone to show you. I think that's super important.
Yeah. And I noticed that you also sell, so you like going through Kickstarter for your comics when you...
We do. So one of the big announcements is, we've been doing Kickstarter for about 3 years now, because we did start initially as, more of a decentralized project. And then when we realized the space was just kind of spiraling out of control, we basically import everything into VeVe and started releasing books there. And then after that, we wanted to deliver a physical book. So we started going out to Kickstarter and did a few campaigns with Evermind, Zero Ghosts. And I think we're one of the first, if not only, that ties in VeVe drops with every one of our Kickstarters, so that if you back the Kickstarter, you have some sort of benefit or freebie on VeVe and vice versa.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And why I was so busy this year, the other thing that was happening was we actually did a partnership with Tokyo Pop that was announced a few weeks back that will give us now global distribution through Penguin Random House. And so we'll be releasing in stores now starting November of this year. And for every comic that comes out, so let's say Evermind hit the shelf, we're going to have a world-class manga artist do an alternate cover that's exclusive
Wow.
with Tokyo Pop.
Oh,
So
that's dope.
So pretty exciting. And if you search like Comics Beat Tokyo Pop 24/7 Comics, you could kind of see a preview of a triplet cover, which is 3 connecting covers by Godtail.
Where do I got to go? 24/7 Comics, you said?
24/7 Comics. Search 24/7 Comics, Comics Beat, or Tokyo Pop. But on the site Comics Beat,
it does it to me every time.
Glad Bill's looking for this and not me.
Yeah, I just typed it into the chat. Yeah.
There, let me pull it up.
Yeah, there's an article that talks about it. And then in that article, you can see the preview of what's coming. So we're doing a interconnected triple cover that will connect issues 1, 2, and 3. And then for issue 4, 5, and 6, we'll have another artist, a manga artist, do interconnected covers for Evermind.
Nice.
It's fun, man. I think we have a lot in store. We're gonna, now that we have this kind of, I'll say, third dimension to work with. So we have, our digital, we have our VeVe, we have our Kickstarter. Now we have this third dimension of the local comic book shops. I think it's going to be pretty powerful.
I love Evermind. I own all the issues. I've read through half the series. I'm still working through it.
Okay.
But man, what a storyline that is. I really like it. It's very
completely insane, right? Huh? Completely insane. It's beautiful.
It is. It's very cool. Yeah, I'm very much into that type of genre. Into the world, or there's an AI overlord, or there's a government entity or a corporation that's in control of everything. Nice. And it's just very entertaining for me. And I love how you incorporated the robotics with simulations as well. It seemed like it's very cool.
Yo, shout out Sean Chen in the building. He said that made his day.
Yay. Sean Chen.
Creator and artist himself. There we go.
Nice.
Thanks for popping in. So awesome. That was like perfect timing. I really was saying I loved it. Oh.
Is there a movie that's coming out at all or in the works about Evermind?
Or
are you not allowed to say?
Yeah, even if there was, I won't say because I don't want to spoil it for you guys.
Yeah.
Right.
But what I will say is it's coming to stores this year, and we're gonna come to stores in a big way.
Awesome.
So all we would ask is that you guys support, because these days when it comes to comic book shops, it's all about pre-orders, and so they need pre-orders to then solicit. Then they would basically do the final order cutoff, and for us, what's going to drive this forward is going to be supporters like yourselves, the community that actually goes to the stores to pre-order, and we'll be very conscious as to what that distribution will look like. We'll make sure it's worth it for everybody because let's see, I don't want to give away too much, but let's just say the versions that go into stores, in addition to the alternate version with the manga covers, will be unique in itself. So we're gonna bring a new take to every version that comes in the store. So even if you have the Kickstarter version, you have the VeVe version, the version that comes in the store will be different and will be collectible, and there'll be unique differentiators for what they are.
Okay.
So,
well, I will say that I like to buy. I do love buying the comic books individually, so I can get them either signed or sketched or slabbed or whatever. But I also love buying the books. And the reason why I like buying the books is so I could read it all the way through and in one story setting, or like one, in like a week I can read it all instead of waiting for so long for the next comic to come out.
Yeah.
So hopefully someday you'll also release a book.
Yeah, that's the plan. We are, especially for Evermind, we are actually releasing the first 3 books collected in volume 1 in China first.
Oh.
We did a deal with the publishers of 3 Body Problems in China, and we are going to make that launch in Hong Kong Comic Con this May.
Really? That's insane.
Yeah, it's the first year that Hong Kong is hosting a Comic Con, and it's going to be the official, San Diego Comic Con in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited. I feel like it's you guys travel much. It's probably a great reason to go.
Yeah.
To visit. And we're
I've
working
never
out.
been, but man, you just hyped me up to want to go for sure.
Going.
Carl, I got a question for you. I remember when you first came on VeVe, I believe you were in a space and talking about Evermind. And first off, I'm a holder of Secret Rare.
Sorry.
No worries.
Yep.
If you could see it, a Secret Rare holder. And,
nice. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, hit it on the drop. So super happy about that. I remember you discussing possible utility with the Secret Rare kind of towards the end of the discussion. Is that still in the works?
Oh man, there's so much coming out this year. I don't want to spoil it for you, but
yeah.
Stand by.
Here, sorry.
Stand by. I mean, if I'll say this, if you don't have all the 24/7 books and it's probably quiet right now, it's probably a good time to pick up the other 24/7 books because we have something planned for y'all. Hardcore 24/7 comic supporters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Buying right now.
I'll say that.
Click.
Otherwise, yeah, no, definitely, and there's going to be some limited spots for selected collectors. I'll say, and it'll be coming soon. So it's going to be everything. I'll just say this: everything we've talked about thus far will have a place in our rollout on VeVe this year.
Awesome.
Nice.
That's good news. And we do have, me and Zombie, we don't mess around with VeVe. Like, we have a pretty good size collection. Yeah. I have at least a couple thousand comics on there.
Yeah.
So we do collect.
Yeah.
So I just didn't want you to think we only had like 5 or something.
All those 5 at 24/7 comics, then
yeah, right.
Right, then you're all set. I hope you got Evermind. No.
We just revised our website as well. So now all the books that we had launched on Kickstarter, these are more like the premium editions that have Kickstarter, and they will now all be available.
Very cool.
Digital downloads are available. So Jane did a good job. Shout out Jane of just making this store very friendly and showcasing. And then speaking of Zero Ghosts, we do have another Kickstarter coming, and this next one is going to be the collected edition. So if you missed the first 3 comics, the collected edition is coming on Kickstarter next.
That's another Secret Rare I own. I love that piece.
Yeah, Zero Ghosts is sweet.
Yeah.
I own a couple of those. I don't know which ones, but
yeah, I got the art with that too from VeVe. I love that.
I'm gonna own them all now. I got to go buy them.
Yeah, it's been fun just watching the library grow. We have so much more coming and so much in store. And I'll say this.
How did you and David meet? Where you were able to get into? I mean, obviously, you're both really into comics. Have you guys known each other for a long time, or did you?
Not for a long time. I met him. When did I meet him? I think it was San Diego Comic Con 2023.
Oh, okay.
And we were at the Short Box booth. We both just happened to be there. And then, Short Box is about selling slabs. And then him and I were talking to Gene, who's the founder, I believe, about kind of, what does grading look like digitally. And then we were both just very Web3 sufficient. And at the time, though, I wasn't doing drops on VeVe. We were doing our own like on-chain drops. Yeah. But but I knew about VeVe and what they were doing, and I understood the model. But I think I was being a rebel. I didn't want to do the closed system. I wanted to do the open system, right?
Yep.
But I think in hindsight, I think David made the right move in keeping it closed and protect the system for security sakes. Because we all know, who's ever played in crypto before, security continues being an issue, and it's a pain in the butt. And even today, the last 3-4 weeks, I don't know if you guys been getting this. I'm getting all these like Telegram messages from folks that I met at different crypto conferences, and hey, let's catch up. It's been a while, and book a time on my calendar. And I did. I'll book a time on my calendar. I'm always kind of going, that's weird. And some of them are like kind of partner types on crypto. Oh, maybe we could do something together, right? But then when the time came for both meetings, this happened twice. The guy sends me this Microsoft Teams link. And for some reason, I just felt like, why are you sending me Microsoft Team links instead of sending me a calendar invite? So I scroll over it, and it was like a Micro Labs link. And I search Micro Labs links, and it says a phishing link.
Wow.
Just block both of them. And the craziest thing is, I don't know what happened to those guys' phones, but they must be watching too much porn, because it's complete takeover of their Telegram. It was like literally our chat history and everything. And somehow got hacked to, and these guys are trying to fish me actual profile. It's not even like a fake profile; it's a profile that I connected with them on. That's a crazy.
Yeah, I was buying something on OpenSea like a few months back, and it was carried from another site, and even just that purchase, they were able to gain access to my MetaMask and drain me of like it was like $1,200 or something at the time. Yeah. And luckily, I didn't have a lot on there, but it was still an eye opener. I was like, man, that sucks. Yeah. You feel violated, and you're like, man, I see the problems with Web3, because you could just literally click on anything and you're gone.
Yeah.
And it's a big problem. I was just making a purchase that I thought was safe at the time, and no, it wasn't.
Right, and it's OpenSea, and you're kind of like, you would think OpenSea would be a safe place to operate, but
right, yeah.
I really feel like VeVe made all the right moves.
Yeah, I agree. And so did you? So you offered NFTs with your comics on OpenSea or something like that? What was your first venture into? You said you were Web3.
The vision was we had this like Bobo token. We like took a character out of Evermind, and we basically decentralized the token itself, and was going to create this idea that like this biplane Bobo can become a character that a DAO can operate and decide what to do with. And then after that, we realized, it was just people buy into it. I don't think with the intention of what we wanted, which is storytelling and growing the IP. What they wanted to do was, hey, what's going on? How come is the floor price is dropping? So like
all right.
The whole community became this weird kind of like obsessed, stock trading,
it becomes more about the price and not about the project.
Yeah. And so I started realizing, and at first, don't get me wrong, I played into it. Where I was like, oh shit, I gotta get the floor price up. We gotta do this, do that, make announcements, whatever. But then after a while, I was like, why am I doing this? Like, I didn't sign up like to work with some of the greatest creators in the comic space to go to Vegas and make pinball machines or slot machines out of their IP. I came out to help them tell their stories and make comics that can be adapted into film, TV, games, right? To expand the franchise. So once I realized that, I also had a revelation that what VeVe was doing was the right path. And so I reached out to David. I got his card. I remember I reached out to him. Hey, remember we met? And then, man, I think our first call was like a few hours long, because not only did we geek out about the crypto stuff, we were both original art collectors.
Yep. He's a serious collector,
yeah. He has like an LG. He has a bunch of like comic shops and card shops. I had one, so like it was really fun just to like really connect. So we connected on like
good guy too,
many levels. Yeah, such a great guy. So based on that, I realized, okay, you know what? He's my digital partner for all our books, and so since then we've been doing a bunch of stuff with him.
And it gets rid of the crypto out of it. You know,
Yes.
it takes that away, and you can still tell your stories in a controlled environment where you don't have to worry about your customers getting their wall attacked 24/7.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
agree.
and that, honestly, like I like the fact that they're going to collect chain and they're giving people the option, but I could care less about taking my collection off of VeVe. I don't. There's no point for me. I don't even really care. I
Yeah.
want it on VeVe, honestly, because then I don't have to. I could sleep well at night.
Agree. Agree. Yeah,
So
I've learned to not be as into the the on-chain thing. Hopefully, I think it sounds like there's other utility that's going to be provided through the collector's chain. So I'm really looking forward to that as well.
yeah, I think it's going to bring both worlds together for sure. Yeah, absolutely, awesome. So I was just curious because I know that's what you were getting involved in, but I think you made the right choice. Now you guys can tell your story. And it's such a good story. Evermind, man.
Yeah.
I honestly haven't read the other ones yet, but I know I will. This one was just heavy duty. I loved it.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to read 4 through 6. That we're kind of putting final touches on it. I just got some editorial notes from Terry today.
Okay.
I'm sure Sean saw those as well. And it's man, the twists and turns are gonna throw you guys off for.
Well, I'm glad you're going that length.
6, yeah.
Because I was just doing a read through on another show. It was about they actually read comics on the show and you act it out. It's kind of fun. Okay. And I was on Ozman Collects, and we were acting out Predator, or what is it? Avengers
Alien versus Predator.
Aliens versus Avengers. That's what it was. Yeah. Aliens versus Avengers.
Alien versus Avengers. Okay, cool.
Awesome comic, right? It was a great series, but I honestly felt like they rushed it. Like
really,
the first comic was incredible.
Oh, no.
But we started going through 2 and 3 on the show, and I'm like, man, that was kind of short. Everyone's dying. I would have carried that out for 10 comics. Like, there's plenty of room for plenty of Avengers to die off and still get a great storyline. And now we're on book 4, and I find this issue with myself where I have these books on my shelf, and I almost never read the last book because I never want the story to end. Is that weird? So
not weird. Not weird. I do it sometimes, and
yeah, almost every book on my shelf has a bookmark, and the last chapter is almost never read because it was like I don't want the story to end. It's such a good story.
Oh, it's so interesting. I mean, do you guys read more Marvel or read more DC? I'm guessing more Marvel.
Marvel, I think.
I'm also a Last Ronin guy. The Turtles. So that really got to me. I have the whole 3-book series.
My goodness, they're killing it.
And we started getting into. We're also in another community called Eon Rift, where Tom Waltz is one of the comic writers for it, and like a dystopian AI overlord type situation too. You know, obviously I had to get in on that. So I find myself reading a little bit more than just Marvel. I bought, what was another good one I got? What's Killing the Children. I started reading or started getting into that. I think, or Something's Killing the Children.
Something's Killing Children, yeah.
Yep. And the Nowhere, what's the one with the teddy bear that kills everyone? What is it? So they're a serial killer, and it looks like
Exquisite Corpse.
No,
that's a good book.
Talk for a second, Zombie. I got to grab it.
Okay. Real quick, Carl. You mentioned gaming or games. What's your direction with that?
If you scroll down, I mean, we actually have little card games that we did for Heroes Be Damned.
Mm-hmm.
So we like card games. If we do games, we're gonna spend more time doing like physical games, card games, maybe games. That's the world we want to live in. And so you go to actually sold out. I guess we're totally out. But I think card games is where I think we want to live for now. Not saying video games isn't cool, but video games I think need to rediscover as meta. Because remember, it was like really big on desktop, then went to consoles, then went to phones, mobile, right? And then now it's kind of like a little bit of a lost art form. Beneath the Trees, okay. I haven't
This
seen
was
it.
a sick book.
Okay.
Like I don't know if you read it.
No, I haven't
but
read it.
It's a super. It almost reminds me of that cartoon show with the scary with the little animals. What was it called? Richard Scary's something from back in the day with the little worm. You know what I'm talking about?
No clue.
It was okay. So it was just a cartoon back in the day. So it's very innocent in nature, but this is a very graphic serial killer book. And it was like, man,
It's a little bear.
Yeah, and it's got a little bear on it. Like, yeah, very
That's
good.
cool.
Okay, check it out. I would recommend checking out some of the DC books that are out right now. I mean, there is a Absolute Batman's kind of like the go-to right now. That DC said they sold 8 million plus copies of the Absolute Universe, which is totally killing Marvel this year on the comic book level. And then Batman Night Fight is awesome. It's like a futuristic world where multiple people are dressed as Batman. And then Absolute Martian Manhunter is also really good. So those are some books that I think it's really worth reading right now. They're putting a lot of time into the stories. Their artwork's awesome. I'm a fan of Youngblood, so I've been getting some of these books. It's hilarious. It's such a nostalgia play. It's awesome. Yeah.
I got another one that was a killer story called Alice Ever After.
Oh yeah. What publisher is that?
I think Boom.
Boom. Okay.
Boom makes some interesting stuff.
They do.
And it like takes on a path when she's older. I don't know if you read it.
No, I haven't read it.
Really good story. Yeah. And then they made like another book of it, Alice Ever After.
Interesting.
And it gets dark because it makes her dad like basically brutalize her. And then I bought this one, but I haven't read it. The Ice Cream Man.
Oh yeah, Ice Cream Man's great. That's a great series. Like every issue is a different story.
Yeah.
And it's like a It basically, except with Ice Cream Man.
Except with the Godzilla.
Nice.
It's like basically Monster Piece Theater goes into it interlocks Sherlock Holmes, the Great Gatsby, and all the old school. Nice. But it's just when you read it, it's like the old school comics.
Okay.
Nice.
So it's kind of cool. I don't know. So I like weird. I don't know. I like different stuff. I'm not just.
Let me ask you guys. Can I survey you guys? Where do you guys go to shop? Where do you buy all your collectibles and books and comics?
So I have a local comic shop up at the mall. And they're a pretty big dealer for our area in Menor area of Ohio. And I had an opportunity when Last Ronin came out, the Re-Evolution. I bought like 125 comics, so I could get all the different rarities. And then, the Kevin Eastman was going to come to the shop and sign.
Whoa, that's great.
It was going to be incredible. And then he got injured or something.
Oh, no.
And he was like, I'm not going to be able to make the flight. And I'm like, oh, I got all these comics. I wanted him to sign. Like,
that sucks.
Yeah. But it was almost an opportunity, we'll say.
I get mine from eBay. I like slabs. So
okay.
Nice. You can see that at all, but
yeah,
so I got a whole wall over here. I can't pull off right now. I just got one, but nice. I'm into slab and graded comics. So I go to eBay.
And so did you do slabs first or VeVe first? Did VeVe get you into slabs? Slabs got you into VeVe.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
VeVe got me into slabs.
I collected comics before VeVe and then got into VeVe and then got into slabs. Yeah.
Got it.
VeVe's got me into everything. I'm into VHS tapes too.
Yeah. Yep. I
actually sold one on eBay the other day. I paid $20 for it. Graded it was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I had it graded and I sold it for like $325.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. The comics and crypto guys are really into that.
They got me into it.
Yeah,
Sean, man, talks me into everything.
I got Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, the Oscar
Okay.
edition or whatever.
Yeah.
I got off of eBay because of them, so I had to.
Suck me in.
Yeah.
But honestly, I heard about Last Ronin through them. And then
Mm.
them and David were talking about it, and that's where I got into the series, and I loved it. It really brought me back.
Yeah, there was a movie that was in development for it, and then they pulled the plug because I think the whole Paramount situation is up in the air. They're bouncing between buying Warner or not, and now it looks like they're going to get the deal. So I think one of the big kind of topics in our industry is a lot of people are going to get laid off because when two major studios consolidate, there's going to be a lot of repetition when it comes to jobs.
You don't think that the deal will be too big to where the government won't approve it, or you think it'll be?
I know. I mean, the thing was that was one of the biggest worries for Netflix always, the DOJ, right? But Paramount is backed by our current administration, and the Ellisons are homies with our president. So,
I didn't know that. Okay,
I think they'll push it through. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think they'll consolidate, and a lot of people are going to start losing their jobs because of it?
For sure. You don't need like 2 marketing departments for a studio. Right. You don't need 2 accounting departments, right? And so, when it consolidates, for sure, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. Yeah.
Let's get into the heavy question. What are your thoughts on AI in the comic industry?
There we go.
Yeah. It's not too heavy. I think, in short, AI is only going one way. And then at the same time, I think, if anything, it would only enhance those that utilize it in their process. Now, I'm not an artist, but as a business person, I use it to organize notes, break down efficiency, basically brainstorm, right? Research. There's a lot of good tools to it where it helps me accomplish a lot more, much faster and more efficiently. Okay. Now, I don't think it will ever take away the job of a writer. Right. I don't think it will ever take away the job of an artist. I think at the end of the day, maybe the percentage of work may be smaller when it comes to the whole workflow, but without that final human touch to represent the 99% that makes us fans and moves us, right? AI alone will never get there. So
it's almost like it's great entertainment, but it's not art. If that makes sense.
Yeah. The art of it is putting together what AI is generating on your behalf. And to me, I worked in the music industry for 15 years. And I'll tell you this, there's nothing new under the sun. Every song is sampled. We've all heard it all. But how many times have you heard a song on the radio and be like, oh man, I can't put my finger on it. It's so good. I've heard this before. And now that's art. Because the truth is, you've heard it before, but somehow, some way, they're able to hide the source material in a way that you will never figure it out and you'll give it its own name, right? Now, how many times have we heard on the radio a song that's like a very clear sample? And you're like, oh yeah, that's a total sample. They didn't even change the hook. It's the same hook. They're just rapping over it now instead of singing. And so to me, that's AI. It's not very original, but there's stuff that if they sample the right originality, you'll like it. And then there's songs that you hear and you're like, oh my God, that's the worst thing I ever heard. That's AI slop. So I think without the human touch, AI is just AI. It's just another tool. So to me, it's like a Photoshop on crack. That's what I like to call it.
Yeah. What do you think about the whole? I heard they were banning it at the Comic Cons and everything altogether.
Yeah, I think it's the right move for now. I think no one has proven that, or should they have to, that art is that AI has like improved their process, but at the same time, like an average artist takes anywhere from like 4 to 6 weeks to put out a book. There are some artists out there right now that put out a book every 2 weeks. I'm not going to question what they're using, and I don't really care. But if their art is on ink, it's on paper, is freaking awesome.
Mhm.
If AI is somehow a tool in their background that help them work faster, but
Right.
it's still them and their signature, and it still moves me, I think the art has been the mission of the art has been accomplished.
Yeah, just because something's giving you ideas doesn't mean that they're still not putting the art together.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not gonna name what studio, but like there's a animation studio that produced all of our favorite animation that has been using AI for like 15 years in their process.
Mhm.
But we didn't know. And so
Right.
like we're not gonna judge it because the final product are stories that moved us and brought tears to our eyes, right?
Yeah,
But if just AI alone would have been able to do that, no. Like there was a curator, there's a director, there is cinematographer that did the lighting, that everything has the human touch. And so I think those who fear AI, I think ultimately, if I was to just dig really, really deep, and not and I don't think it's a bad thing. I think some of the smartest people in the world are this way. They're just lazy. They just don't want to learn. They're like, oh, I'm set. This is the way things are done. And these tools, oh yeah, they're bad because they're disrupting my workflow. But instead, I think what it does though is level the playing field for new generations to come up, because they don't know anything else. Like if you look at just go to YouTube and search Chinese classrooms teaching AI. Dude, they have like first graders learning how to use AI from first grade. It's almost like putting this phone in the hands of our grandpa while we go up to it, right? So no big deal. But think about these kids and their access to information in the future. It's going to go way beyond our understanding of how vast the reach could be. So
right, and a lot of people are just being held back. They're set in their old ways of doing things when they could use it to speed things up, but still also perform their art in another way.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's a different form of art, different tool set. I don't know if you guys remember, but like there was when digital art came out, a lot of people used to shit on digital art. But how many artists we know today pretty much do all their prelims on digital, and then they print it out and they ink it. And no judgment. That's still original art to me.
Yeah.
And I think it's because the industry's so new and so fast and getting so good so quick, where there's a fear of being replaced and being taken over, and that's where the comic industry's kind of looking at that and not saying, wow, what can we accomplish with this tool? What is this going to open up the doors to? Right. And I think later on, when the younger generation, like you said, is born with AI and knows how to use it at such an early age, they're going to really create things that we can't even fathom right now. And it's just the development of technology. You're fearful of, if it wasn't good, you wouldn't be fearful of it. Right.
Yeah, and to be fair, there are a lot of like IP rights violation that's happening online, because the way the AI is being used right now, it's scraping the internet, it's sampling everything, and it's regurgitating stuff that is owned by someone else, right?
Right.
So I like to compare that to early YouTube days. How many times do you find stuff? You could find like your favorite movie on YouTube back in the day, because people just upload anything and everything, right? And you can find all kinds of soundtracks and music video stuff. But nowadays, like, dude, if we upload like an opening song with like Guns N' Roses, they could shut us down and they could claim the rights to it, and then they could claim our advertisement. So I think we're a few years from all that, but with how fast the technology is growing, I don't think we're that far away. It's going to be a matter of time where, we are in a capitalist country, and at the end of the day, we're going to figure out ways to protect those who owns the rights.
Yeah.
And so, absolutely. I think like to me, it's like, dude, you want to use Evermind and you want to use Zero Ghost and make your AI videos, and if they're great, awesome, because it promotes my IP. And then maybe not next year, 3 years, maybe 5 years from now. I think it's gonna be less than 3 years from now. I'm gonna be able to say, all right, that's Evermind. Click. I'm gonna claim that, and then all right, percentage goes to Sean Chen. Oh wow, we just helped Sean buy a new car. That's great. Thanks, AI video. That's the way I see it. I mean, I think I see a very, very bright future.
Right. Look at clipping, right? YouTubers promote clipping. They pay clippers. And all that is doing is pushing their brand out and their image out and making their original channel get bigger and bigger. Right. So the more your stuff is out there, like you said, with, shilling and putting your stuff out there, the better it is for your brand overall, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Zam, you got any more questions for him?
I think we covered a lot. How much time do we got with you, Carl?
I had a 7:45 that I pushed back, so I could jump on. Let's say 8 more minutes, so I could.
8 more minutes.
Can we talk to you backstage?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
Are we
Thanks
done?
for everyone joining.
All right. Thanks everyone. Great meeting you guys.
Awesome. Appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
Of course.
Thanks everybody.
And everyone buy Evermind in 24/7.
Go Evermind. Zero Ghost is coming next, but Evermind definitely check out.
And stream.